When selling your house, it's vital to check out what else is on the market so you can stay ahead of the competition. Today, as my sellers snoop, there's crazy colours at one house.
Whoa, the colour's absolutely horrendous.
Lemony.
And no colour at all in another.
Everything just blends in. It's all beigey and browny.
What is it?
But plenty to do with their £1,000 budget.
The light bulb on.
I might have to take the door off.
I'm not having panic attacks, but I'll get used to it.
So will any of them get an offer from my buyer?
Isn't it a fab space? It is, it's amazing, isn't it?
Today, I'm in Leicester, helping 3 homeowners, all hoping to sell to my buyer, Panna, who, with the help of her sister Anita, is looking to upsize to accommodate her growing teenage children. Can you tell me how long you've been looking for a property?
Yes, I've been looking for 5 years, on and
Okay.
off. So, yes, you have... Not that long.
Not that fussy.
Yes.
So why haven't you found anywhere?
I have seen one. It was a beautiful house, but
the wrong location.
it was the wrong location. It was too condensed for me.
OK. And you've come along for moral support, haven't
I
you, to
have.
help your sister out? Are you going to be the voice of reason?
I will be, yes.
She will try.
Yeah, exactly. So if I was to ask you to describe to me your dream home in a nutshell, what would it be?
It's got to be a 4 or 5 bedroom house.
Right.
Nice garden, front garden, ample space, ground floor.
Yeah.
And reasonably double-sized bedrooms upstairs.
OK. And do you know when you see a property that it's the one for you?
I think I will instantly know which one's the right one for me.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah.
Should we do this? I don't know whether to go out there with fear or excitement or a mixture of both. For that spacious 4 or 5 bed house with a nice garden, Panna's got a top whack budget of £275,000. Armed with Panna's wish list, I've got 3 properties that I think might tick the boxes, but our sellers have an awful lot of work to do before she comes to view. My first sellers are young professionals Gurpal and Kiran, who are selling to be closer to Gurpal's family.
When we first bought the property, we were starting out, we were just getting married, got engaged, so it was quite exciting, wasn't it? Everything was happening at that time.
Not natural DIYers, they've kept the decor simple.
I would say the house reflects our style.
We don't really like to go extravagant with loads of like flashy wallpaper or bright colours. That's not really us. No. Brown is a kind of theme. It is a kind of theme around the house. I think it goes well with beige.
Yeah.
So that's a beige theme with brown accents, not the bravest of style choices. Gurpal and Kiran's detached house has 4 bedrooms and a double reception room, which should give my buyer Panna the entertaining space she's after. It's the most expensive of my 3 houses at £275,000. Next up is accountant Sheetal, who's planning to emigrate to America with her 2 children. And with this in mind, she's already sold most of her furniture.
And my kids are all excited, ready to go. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed. The sooner we sell the house, we can leave the country.
But that empty look is not that becoming.
I'm an accountant at the end of the day. You give me numbers and I can figure them out, but style is not my forte. I like bright colours, as you can see.
Yep, we can certainly see that. Sheetal's brightly coloured but empty 4-bed semi has a huge loft space that would be perfect for my buyer Panna's teenage children, and a decent garden. It's the cheapest of my 3 houses at £250,000. Last up are builder Spencer and his wife Belinda, who are downsizing now their kids have flown the nest.
It's a new build. We've been in the property since day one. All the work that's been done on the property, I've done it myself.
We like warm colours.
Something that makes us feel comfortable and make it feel like a home to us rather than a show home.
But despite their hard work and careful styling, the house has been on the market for 5 months, with only 1 viewing.
If Amanda gives me advice, I will take it on the chin and look at it with an open mind. If I don't like it, she can do one. Simple as.
Ooh, feisty. Spencer and Belinda's styled house has 4 bedrooms and a conservatory, giving my buyer Panna that all-important extra space, and it's on the market at £270,000. So it's Gurpal and Kiran's brown and beige house, Sheetal's half-empty home, and Belinda and Spencer's high-styled new build. Before I take Panna and her sister Anita to look at the houses, the sellers get the unique opportunity of looking at each other's properties. Now, if they're clever, they will use this information wisely and make sure that their house is the best and most saleable. The first property up for a snoop is Gurpal and Kiran's 4-bed detached house. Gurpal and Kiran have painted their house in their neutral shades, which is all very well, but their love of beige has meant that their modern house feels very dated. And in today's competitive market, it really has to stand out if they want to attract a buyer. First to arrive is Sheetal.
Wow, looks big.
Mediocre for me, I'm afraid.
I like it. The only problem I've got is the dark brown.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on it.
Makes it look a bit dull.
Well, brace yourselves as there's more brown to come. Lots more.
It's all beigey and browny. Everything just blends in.
There's no way in the world I'd put any kind of this wallpaper on my walls. No chance. I would say personally it's dated.
So, nothing inspiring downstairs. And upstairs?
I think it's either my knees that are getting way or the stairs are backing up.
If we ever get upstairs.
This stain on the carpet's not very attractive.
And in the smallest spare room...
I don't find this room very attractive. Beiges and browns throughout the house.
Is it a double room or is it a single room?
It's just not got enough character for me.
The bland decor is turning everyone off. Onto the garden.
Well, compared to the house, a detached house, this garden looks very small.
Small?
Really nice garden, actually.
Ideal. Get me golf clubs out, spank the balls down.
I don't think I'd do much more to this, do you? And it's
No,
really...
I don't.
Finally, something to please Spencer. At £275,000, this house is the most expensive of the three.
That's really high.
Wouldn't interest me at that price. What about you?
No, I wouldn't pay £275 for it.
So it seems this snoop has left them all feeling confident about their own properties. Next house for a nosy is Sheetal's. Sheetal's 4-bedroom house has a lot going for it, but her use of very bright colours and all of those empty rooms means that it could be putting off potential buyers looking for a warm and welcoming friendly home.
I don't really like it being off a main road and the bus stop as well right there.
Somebody be sitting there waiting for a bus looking through your windows.
Yes, but sadly we can't move the bus stop. Let's get inside.
White feet.
Neutral decor in it, it looks really nice, yeah.
No surprise Kiran likes the hall. White, beige, it's right up her street.
Yeah, I like that wall there with the one different...
The feature wall, yeah, breaks it up, doesn't it?
Keep that thought for your own house, guys.
It doesn't feel like home. It just feels like an empty room that somebody will come in, stick a DVD on, watch the telly, and that was it.
What else do you want a living room for, Spence? Upstairs next. Get your shades on. It's bright.
Whoa. The colour's absolutely horrendous.
I just find the whole house has just got
No personal statement?
no personal touches at all.
Lemony.
Again, what is it?
I don't
get what it is.
I don't understand this.
What is it?
What would you use it for? Just...
Could have
You couldn't really fit a bed up here, could you?
Yeah,
Where?
fit a bed up here.
Where?
Sure you could.
So Sheetal's half-empty semi is on the market for £250,000 and is the cheapest of my 3 houses.
I don't think it's worth nowhere near that. Probably in the region of about 210, 220.
I was actually expecting to say about 190.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Maybe 255 I was thinking in my head. But yeah, 250 seems about right to be
Yeah, I'd
honest.
agree, yeah.
So Gurpal and Kiran have taken inspiration from some of the colour used here, while Spencer and Belinda are decidedly unimpressed. And it's their house we're at last. Spencer and Belinda have lovingly created a warm family home over the last 12 years. However, they have a very distinctive style and a garden that is not being shown off to its full potential. This could result in this house staying on the market for a lot longer than it should.
Nice big house. Extended, obviously.
I do like this. This is
really
nice.
yeah, this is nice. I like this.
Small but nice.
Oh, it's a bedroom.
Wasn't expecting a bedroom downstairs.
No.
I love the colours. They look really nice. It could be opened up a bit more if the bed was in a certain position.
It's different.
It's a bit show-homey. That's what I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Nothing wrong with a nicely presented house.
My house is like a shell and empty. Putting pictures on the wall and making it look pretty might make it more attractive.
Oh, is that the sound of a penny dropping?
I presume this is the smallest room in the house. It feels very dark.
It's a very small room, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't really like the wall.
No, I don't like the wall. It's not really
Not
huge.
much of a garden, is it?
No.
So...
If it's their garden, why is there a wall?
Good question. This house sits in the middle, price-wise, at £270,000.
I think my house is better value for money compared to this.
I think because it's a new build and it's been well maintained, it's a definite competition for this one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So the rivals are a bit worried having seen Spencer and Belinda's. But will they do what's needed to sort the problems at their own places? I'm in Leicester, helping 3 homeowners who are all hoping to win an offer from my buyer, Panna.
I've been looking for about 5 years. It's got to be spacious, nice garden, possibly a nice front garden.
Not a lot then.
Before Panna comes to view the 3 properties, the sellers have had a nosy around each other's houses to hopefully help them realise what's wrong with their own homes.
The other 2 properties that we just seen, I think there is a little bit of competition, but I still think we've got the most marketable property. What do you think?
Definitely, I definitely agree with that.
Seeing both properties, in my opinion, and I know you're going to say exactly the same, we've got nothing to worry about. Ours is number 1.
My house will be the winner because you're getting value for money and lots of space and lots of storage.
Our sellers will now be given £1,000 to make some improvements on their homes. Now, they need to think very carefully and spend wisely because they could make some dramatic changes which might result in a sale. But before I hand over the cash, I want to see if they're still as complacent about their homes, starting with Gurpal and Kiran. Where do you think you stand? Do you think your house is number 1, 2 or 3?
And
Definitely number 1.
I do love confidence. What do you think the sellers said about your property? What do you think they said about this room, for example?
Maybe a comment about the carpets maybe need changing.
Roomy space.
Yeah. What they said was they felt it was very neutral. I think that maybe you 2 should think about writing a new book called 50 Shades of Beige. Because everything in here is brown. Even your potpourri is brown. You've got brown potpourri. But I think when you use it to excess, because there aren't any use of colours in here, it makes it feel quite dated. The other thing that one of the sellers picked up on was your wallpaper. That's hiding something. And I'm sure it's not hiding anything, but that's what people will think. I think you need to get this wallpaper down. Then I was thinking that wall there and the wall in the dining area that you paper. Choose a wallpaper that's got 2 or 3 colours in it and then pick some of the other colours to do things like the door frames and the rest of the walls.
It's definitely out of our comfort zone, isn't it?
We haven't really painted or decorated, so I think it's something, it's new territory, you could say.
At least I've got them thinking. Upstairs next. So am I right in thinking you've got 4 bedrooms in this house, haven't you? So you are appealing to families. But what will happen is people will walk into a bedroom and if it's not decorated as a bedroom, they won't be able to see it as that space. What I would like to see is this bedroom turned back into a bedroom again. Play around with some wallpaper, be bold. You could do this wall with quite a funky pattern on it, a nice day bed, some big cushions, and just paint out the buttercream for a different colour. Make it a guest bedroom, because it feels a little bit, it's just empty at the moment, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
We tend to just come in here and stand in front of the mirror and just quickly get ready and go.
And then go again,
Yeah.
I'm not sure Gurpal and Kiran have got the confidence they need to really go for colour, so I've brought a few samples to give them a nudge in the right direction. What are our thoughts on the moped wallpaper?
Wallpaper we can work with.
Okay.
Pattern may need to change.
All right, okay. What about this one?
That one's a bit better, yeah.
Okay, bit better. Right,
Yeah.
that's fine. This is a colour that I think would work really well in this room, and I think would go with both of these. Am I all right to put this on your wall? Well, yes, there we go. What was that you were saying? Oh, this is a nice colour, actually, and it goes on really well. Paint the walls something like this, and then maybe look at cushions with these kind of patterns on it. I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you. Look, colour in your hands. Good luck. Thank you.
Gurpal and Kiran's beige colour scheme is all very well, but if they don't inject some colour and personality into this house very soon, it is just going to become incredibly forgettable to every buyer that crosses through the door, the brown door.
I expected her beige comments, to be fair, because it is very a neutral home, which we knew anyway from after we viewed the 2 competitors' properties. So we had a feeling injecting colour was going to be part of the task.
Yes, indeedy, the house needs warming up, and spurred on by my suggestions, Gurpal gets stuck into stripping off the textured wallpaper in the living room.
It's not exactly the hardest job in the world, is it? So, yeah.
Now, don't get too cocky, Gurpal. There's a lot of textured wallpaper.
This is different compared to my normal day job.
Luckily, help is on hand as Kiran returns home.
You've still got, what, this whole side to go?
This, all of that side there, that.
Bad luck, Gurpal. Looks like you're on your own. Next, I'm at Spencer and Belinda's, and I think this could be a tricky one.
So what did you guys learn from the other houses, if anything?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
To be quite honest, not a lot really.
Right.
Not how to use yellow.
Right. Feedback, however constructive or damaging it is, it's much better to have feedback, because then you can do something about it, can't you?
Well, there's no two people's tastes are the same, as we've said all along.
One of the other sellers, when they came to look at the house, one of the things they felt was that the dark purple made the room feel quite small, and the arrangement of furniture, they said, felt a bit weird. When you come in, you go, oh, there's a bed there at a sort of weird angle. Don't start already. Look at the face. He's already going, I'm not doing it.
I look like a man that could be bullied.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm just suggesting things, and then you can either take my advice or not take my advice. Okay. So brighten it up, freshen it up, get rid of the dark colour on the wall, and just rejig it around a bit and move some of the furniture.
It's worth thinking about. Yeah. There you go, I've thought about it.
Brilliant. Give me a call and tell me.
I'll keep him under control.
Excellent, excellent. That's what we would like to see. But it's a beautiful room. It's a great size. I'd kill for a bedroom this size. Shall we
move on?
Exit?
You're moving in.
Not holding my breath for the guest room, then.
So the spare bedroom, is this the spare bedroom?
Yeah, this is the spare bedroom. This basically is just used for when Belinda's mum comes up at Christmas.
OK. It's not a bad room. I just think it could do with being freshened up a wee bit. I think the colour, the kind of...
agree with that, don't you?
Yeah, we knew that there was something like this. Yeah. She's safe.
Breathe, Amanda, breathe.
Do you know what? Because when I first came in, I noticed this. Maybe use that as your kind of... as your inspiration.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think these sort of colours work really well together, these kind of vibrant, sort of fresh greens and the cream colours, and I think it would look lovely in here. One other thing I was thinking, when I first came in, the carpet is quite dark.
Yeah.
Saps a lot of light.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, it's something that we'd have to look into regarding obviously getting some prices. So the budget that we've got, again, to do the work, then we'll just have to see.
But I think this could look really lovely, really bright, really fresh. Get rid of the browns, bring in some spring greens.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay,
excellent.
Not a problem.
What a relief.
Yeah.
We can exit now.
Fantastic.
Sold on the spare room, but the biggest problem is in the garden.
What do you think I'm going to say about your garden?
Take your garden wall down to open the garden up.
I mean, one of the things that both sellers said when they came to the house. Well, hang on a minute. Does that belong to this house? That's instantly what I thought as well when I came out. I was like,
the reason we got the fence area is, one, we got the dog.
Yeah.
There's a pretty area for the garden.
Right.
A lawn. But then we have a lot of nieces and nephews around that are small children.
Right.
So basically we can put them in there.
So it's a safety thing more than...
more security.
Right. Okay.
And that's the only reason.
OK. That's my advice. I fully understand if you do not want to take it, but I was just... My advice is to take it down and open up the space.
Jog on.
OK. I shall jog on. Let's go.
That wasn't quite as bad as I'd feared.
Well, 1 out of 3's not bad. I managed to persuade them with the spare bedroom. It's a great house. I, for one, can't really understand why it's not sold, but the big problem with this property is that garden. That brick wall is just very, very strange, and that's what's putting the potential buyers off. I'm hoping that he might sleep on it and maybe change his mind and take it down in the morning. However, I am not holding my breath.
Wall's definitely not coming down.
I will dress up the garden because obviously it does look a bit bland out here. No chance of me taking that wall down. You might as well just see a pig fly across that wall because you've got no chance.
Oh, well, I tried, but at least he is giving the garden a spruce up.
I'm willing to take the punch bag down and also to literally put a bit more life into it.
He spent £130 on some plants and garden furniture.
you go, very pretty, look. Very masculine. Yeah, I'm happy with them.
There, better already. Next, I'm heading for Sheetal's colourful but empty home, where I hope I'm going to get an easier ride.
I think my house is too bright,
Okay.
so I'm hoping to calm mine down.
Calm yours down, OK. What I love is the fact that you're not frightened of colour. We'll start with this room.
OK.
I love the fact that you've used colour, but everything else feels a wee bit like you've already left. There's no pictures on the walls, there isn't anything on the fireplace apart from the clock, so I just feel it needs an injection of warmth and it needs to come together to feel like a complete room as opposed to something that's sort of forgotten.
It's minimal.
Yes, minimal is one word to describe it. In terms of the colour scheme, it's quite strong. You've got two very strong colours going on in this room. You need something that's going to go with the purple.
I didn't think my lounge needed any work doing to it, but I know that these settees have been here a while, and they're a bit taking up a lot of space. I understand that.
But you could make this place look incredible.
I hope so.
Nothing too tricky downstairs, onto those very bright bedrooms.
Well, somebody likes pink and somebody likes Disney. I'm assuming this is your daughter's bedroom, or was your daughter's bedroom?
Yes, it still is. She still sleeps on the floor.
Oh, does she? OK, well, I think there's pink and there's pink. If you've got a buyer that doesn't have imagination, walking into this room would put them off completely.
Yes.
And I think you can absolutely get away with using pink in a room, but I think it just needs to be toned down. Another thing it obviously doesn't have is any furniture. I take it you've sold the bed.
Yes.
Yes. It needs to have a bed back in here. Beg, borrow, steal a single bed and put it along that wall there.
OK.
Let's go upstairs.
It's such a common problem with easy solutions, but most buyers lack the imagination to visualise living in an empty home. And that means she also has to sort out the loft.
Some of the other sellers said they came up here and they were very confused by it. They didn't know what it was supposed to be, which is great for people to put their own stamps on, but if they've got no imagination, we need to help them. The sort of colour schemes that I was thinking of for up here would be something along the lines of the kind of Manhattan loft apartment. You know, so there are some wonderful wallpapers out there at the moment that look like brick walls. Have you seen them? You can get them that look like bookcase. Your face. You're not feeling it?
Sorry.
No? Not feeling it?
When I bought this house, my lounge was full of bricks.
Really? And you got rid of them?
And we got rid of them.
These are just suggestions.
So, yes.
You know what I mean? I'm just giving you ideas here. You need to create a lifestyle up here. You need someone to walk up and go, wow, what an amazing space. Do you think you can do it?
I think so. It's a challenge, but
you strike me as someone that can rise to a challenge.
Yes, I can. You can do it.
Absolutely. Sheetal is obviously very excited about her move to America. I feel that she's already gone, and that's the impression that you get when you walk into the house. Too many bright colours, too many empty rooms. It feels unloved and neglected. We're already battling something quite big, which is the main road. She needs to give this house the wow factor if she wants to sell it.
I was surprised when Amanda picked my lounge. I didn't think there was anything I could do with that anymore, but it'll be a challenge. I'm hoping that a few of my friends will come around and help me, and I can't wait to get started.
Best crack on then. First job for Sheetal is a shopping trip with best friend Pragma to buy wallpaper for all 3 rooms.
Looking for paper for the lounge, which has a wow factor. Wow, 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 wow factor. Sound like a chihuahua then. I'm not very keen on too much floweries and leafy stuff. I think that's it.
Do you like this?
Yeah.
You want to settle for this one?
Yeah.
So that's the lounge sorted.
That's the one I saw on the internet. Yeah.
That's really nice.
And the pink and yellow bedroom.
Definitely.
With the loft not far behind.
3.
Sheetal's found all the wallpaper she needs for a total cost of £70. Don't forget the glue, ladies.
I'm spending a lot of money on wallpaper.
Please remove the last item.
3 homeowners in Leicester are hoping to secure a sale from my buyer, Panna.
I'm very picky, purely because it's not something that I could do again and again. So it's got to be the right property, and also it's got to fit in around my children as well.
Having looked around each other's houses for inspiration, my sellers are now hard at work improving their own. At Gurpal and Kiran's, they've finished stripping the beige wallpaper in the living room and are ready to inject some colour.
We're going to have a feature wall on the back of our wall over there, and then the rest of the room will be painted in the same colour as upstairs in the dining room.
Oh, what colour's that then? Oh, the wallpaper must be bold then.
I think Amanda might think it's a bit safe in gold, but the accessories that I'm looking to put into the room will add a lot more colour to the room as well.
Well, they'll need to.
It's not beige, it's not brown.
It's away from the buttermilk,
Yeah.
so...
It looks pretty beigey browny to me. At Spencer and Belinda's, Spencer is bringing the neglected spare bedroom into line with the rest of his well-styled home.
This is one of the changes that we agreed to do under Amanda's advice, which I'm doing under duress, but since she said it nicely, I'll do it.
I'm always nice.
If somebody's picked it up, somebody's picked fault with it, then it's obviously there to be picked at. So if I can obviously bring it back to where it should be, then, you know, I've learned a lesson.
Oh, I'm feeling all warm and glowy.
Yeah, happy with that?
Beautiful, yeah, it's really warm blue.
Over at Sheetal's half-empty house, she's ready to start toning down her colour scheme, starting with her daughter's bedroom.
This room is too pink, too bright, so I'm hoping to tone it down. I'm all excited, ready to go. Hoping to get the first wallpaper on today. It's going on well, and there's no wrinkles.
You've done this before.
See? Brilliant. I just have to do the whole wall. I'm dreading the plug.
Sheetal's planning wallpapered feature walls in here, the loft and the living room. That's a lot of papering.
That's one room done. Another 2 to go.
Back at Gurpal and Kiran's, the decorators have finished up in the living room and Gurpal is painting the spare room.
Yeah, I like the colour. I think it's not beige, and it's really brightening the room up.
No need to adjust your TV set. Yep, they are replacing the beige with an off-white instead of the blue I suggested.
The other 2 houses had feature walls. It's something that we took away. Could say we learnt from it, and we decided to go with a feature wall here.
Well, at least the wallpaper has some colour in it.
We narrowed the wallpaper down to 2 choices. Kiran left it up to me. I went to the shop today and got this one.
That's a brave choice, Gurpal. Not sure Kiran will approve.
Hello. Hello, yeah, you. Well, there's colour in here now, so that's what Amanda wanted. Yeah, I'm not having panic attacks, but I'll get used to it.
And it's wallpaper time at Spencer and Belinda's too, as Spencer finishes off the spare room.
What we're doing today is wallpaper and a feature wall with a nice wallpaper that me and the wife have picked. It's pretty neutral, but it blends in nicely with the room. I'm just cutting it where I've creased it, just to make sure it's the right length. You leave it face down, you find the top of the paper, and we find a match. So you get the complete match all the way down the line. And then what you do is you slide it across, making sure that the pattern is just about level, because you add a little extra at the bottom just to give you a bit to play with.
Nice tip, Spence. The paper for this wall has cost just £40.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. What do you think, babe?
Beautiful. My man does it again.
Well.
With the spare room sorted, Spencer's not stopping, and he's softened to my suggestions in the master bedroom.
I'm actually painting the walls white, basically to kill the colour. Because if I don't, the colour that we've picked for these walls, it'll probably take 3 or 4 coats to cover the purple. No, I must admit, yeah, Amanda was right. The room did need, obviously, lightening up. I'm happy to see the purple go.
That makes 2 of us, Spencer. Back at Sheetal, she's been busy wallpapering both the loft...
Wow, it looks good.
...and the living room.
But I feel like I'm becoming an expert by the end of today. I might change my career. What do you think, Amanda?
You can come and do my house. Sheetal's also hired a decorator to soften the bright colours in all 3 rooms. Total cost £300.
This was the pink room. Now it's the Paris room.
Next job for Sheetal is dressing the empty rooms. She's begged, stolen and borrowed furniture and spent a penny or two, £150 on 3 beds and a chair for a start.
Oh, you carry the weight, I just need to direct it.
Now she's just got to get it all in.
I might have to take the door off.
My goodness, is there no end to your talents?
Now, let's see if we can get the red chair up there. Way! It's in!
With the major work complete, Gurpal and Kiran are on the final push to get their house ready for my buyer's viewing.
Everything seems to be under control. I'd say we're ahead of schedule, so I've decided to do a little bit extra and decided to paint the fence.
Extras, huh? Gurpal and Kiran's living room looked dated with a brown and beige colour scheme. Now they've redecorated throughout, but they didn't ditch the neutral tones. The change is not as dramatic as I'd hoped.
I can see that you haven't quite embraced the colours that I was talking about. Although you have had a go with the red cushions. It's still erring on the side of beige, but I get it. You have to live here as well, don't you? And you clearly are not people that want lots of bright colours in your home. Do you like it?
Yeah, we love it.
Do you?
Yeah, we really love it.
Can we go and have a look upstairs as well? Because this is the room that I'm really excited to see.
Their 4th bedroom was a bland junk room. Now, finally, there's some colour in this house and the room's been given a clear purpose.
So from downstairs to no colour at all to this. This is fabulous. I was expecting sort of like beige with a little tiny bit of colour on it, but it's incredible. This is great, because before it was an empty room, wasn't it? You've given it back an identity.
Yeah, we have, and I think we appreciate the room a lot more now as well.
Yeah.
I was saying, let's get a TV on the wall and I can sit here and watch it, but you won't let me.
You won't be here long enough to get a TV on the wall.
At Sheetal's, having filled up and toned down her house, the last job is to build the beds, and she's roped in her children to help.
What, which way? That one or that one?
That bit goes with that. That bit goes with this. At the beginning, I thought 3 rooms is going to be a lot to do for me. I was nearly in tears. I thought I won't be able to cope, but I'm totally surprised that I could. I am totally shattered, but I can catch up my sleep later.
Her daughter's room was garishly painted with no furniture. Now fully dressed and redecorated for a total cost of £230, it's an attractive bedroom.
It looks incredible. It was very, very pink, lots of Disney, empty. Yes. It's now a grown-up girl's bedroom. I bet your daughter loves it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she was having a chill-out day yesterday in here and she loved it. She wanted to sleep in here, so she slept in here as well.
It's just wonderful, it really is.
The living room felt functional rather than homely, with large furniture and an overpowering focal point. Sheetal has created more space and chosen a wallpaper to tie in the bright colours.
The lounge, beautiful. Getting rid of that chair, bringing the sofas in and choosing that. You were bold with the wallpaper down there. Like it, though.
I like it too.
Now it feels like a lovely family space.
The loft had no furniture or colour. Now with wallpaper at each end and furniture staged to create an office and bedroom, it has the wow factor Sheetal was trying to achieve. Total cost around £350 on decorating and furniture.
It's completely transformed it, hasn't it? Yes. But it just works, doesn't it? And because now what you're doing is appealing to such a variety of buyers, because people can come up here and just have the whole space to themselves. I think it looks wonderful.
I might move into the loft now.
I'm not surprised. It's fabulous, and it's so nice being so high up and being able to look out onto the park. You've just been very, very clever.
Spencer and Belinda are also nearly done. Final job is fitting some new carpet for a cost of £380.
Weren't happy with the carpets in the bedrooms and on the landing and the stairs. Thought it might brighten up the rooms if we changed the carpets. So I got Panna around to come and change the carpets for me. Put some new underlay down on the stairs and hopefully brighten the rooms up. But no, it looks good. Yeah, it's made a good job of it so far. Yeah, it does look nice.
Spencer and Belinda's stylish house was let down by a few key areas, not least their spare bedroom. Now with a paint job and feature wall, they've brightened up the whole room.
You've worked So hard.
I have.
What a lovely, calm, restful room.
It is restful, isn't it? Yeah. Really
I even
pleased
picked
with
the
it.
wallpaper.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
you
did.
I love that wallpaper.
I did. It's got glitter in it as well.
All the little things, like the lantern on the windowsill and the pictures and everything.
Yeah.
Really, really impressed. Bet you're so glad it's over though, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I am, yeah. You know, but at the end of the day, just hope it's worth it.
The master bedroom, though well styled, felt a little dark with an overpowering purple wall. Now, with a much brighter colour scheme and the furniture rearranged, small changes have made a big difference.
Your bedroom
Yep.
transformed.
Absolutely.
Just by moving it around and painting out the dark purple walls, which I know you love, Belinda, but you can see the difference,
I was
can't you?
really adamant on not changing the aubergine, but once Spencer had painted everything and everything come together, it was just so peaceful.
The garden was uninviting, split in two with an ugly wall. I was never going to convince Spencer on the wall, but the patio has been prettied up with new furniture and planters.
See the old Berlin Wall still up then?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But you know what? Well done you two for this. Because this has all of a sudden transformed the area, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it does look more attractive to be out here.
Completely.
To sit out here.
And it's more relaxing now.
Yeah.
What you've done here is given any buyer that comes to the house now an image of what can be. You know, instantly I'm thinking, oh, I could sit there, have my cup of coffee, read my papers, as opposed to sort of a blank, empty space, which is what it was.
Of course, yeah, it was.
See, good compromise.
Yep,
I
certainly
will
was.
sign your punch bag before I leave.
Oh, hope so.
I'm in Leicester, about to show buyer Panna and her sister Anita around my 3 properties.
The kids, I would ideally like another area, downstairs area, where they could sit and sort of just chill with their friends. At the moment, they don't have that, so it's quite, we're on top of each when they come round.
After snooping round each other's properties, my sellers have all been working hard to improve their homes. Gurpal and Kiran have tried to inject life into their brown and beige detached house.
I think for the whole process, we've really enjoyed it. We've learnt a lot on the way, haven't we?
But we thought we're selling the house, we're not selling 2 rooms, so we thought we'd give the whole house a fresh look.
Sheetal has filled her empty house with style and personality.
I've redecorated the whole house and made it more marketable and suitable for buyers, because before it was suitable for me and my children.
And Spencer and Belinda have tackled the neglected areas, letting their stylish house down.
Took our own stamp off the property. We've put it on. Hopefully that'll appeal to everybody else.
Yeah, what we think other people will like.
With all 3 houses finished, it's time to get the verdict from Panna. First house is Gurpal and Kiran's.
What are your first impressions?
It's
nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
I'm just wondering what it's like inside.
It's not the biggest of the 3 that you're going to be seeing, but it's a 4-bed detached house and they're all decent sizes.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure whether it's the sort of sprawling mansion that you're thinking of. Let's go and have a look inside. Thank you.
Wouldn't say that was a flying start. On to the double reception that's gone from beige to, well, beige.
So what do you think?
First impressions, really nice. Nice and cosy.
Does cosy equal small?
Yes, it is a bit small.
I think it's nice, though.
It's nice. I think if it was just for a couple, it would be an ideal space for just 2 people.
Yeah, but decor-wise?
It's the colour scheme I would like as well.
Okay.
So it's definitely to my taste.
Right.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't really need to do much in here then?
No.
What do you think of it, Anita?
I think it's really pleasant.
Yeah.
It's homely.
Yeah, it's very homely.
They didn't look too convinced. Next, the spare room was devoid of purpose, and now it's chic and colourful.
What do you think about the upstairs compared to the downstairs?
It's still very small,
It's still very small, isn't it?
Yeah. Although it's really nicely decorated.
Yeah.
It is still down to size.
I mean, it's given me a good idea of what I need to put in one of my sort of
bed.
Yeah, put a day bed in. But I think overall, I think it's small.
It just feels too small. Price-wise, how much do you think this one's on at?
I'll let you go first.
240.
Okay.
I was going to say 235.
Oh, you're both so wrong. It's 275. It's much more than you thought. Do you think it's too much for?
I think it's a lot more. Yeah, it's a lot of money for this.
Okay. All right.
So, way overpriced and way underimpressed. On to Sheetal's. First, the living room, which was unwelcoming, but has got its va-va-voom back.
What do you think? Entertaining was a big thing for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think the decor is really nice, and the way the furniture's laid out, and the fact that, you know, we've got the patio that leads onto the decking is quite nice as well.
Would you like to see the rest of the house?
I'd love to.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
See,
Yes.
we're off to a flying start, girls. Flying start.
If they like the space downstairs, then I'm sure they'll love the top floor.
Welcome to your very own loft apartment. Look, isn't it a fab space?
It is. It's amazing, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh wow, this is
This is
really nice.
Do you see what I mean about this house?
This is nice.
This is lovely. It's like a little flat in itself, isn't
Exactly.
it? Bedsit.
It's very calm, it's very tranquil, and you can use it for lots of things. It could easily be an office up here.
Yeah.
You could have an office here. It's a guest bedroom or a guest suite, really, because
Yeah,
you've got that
you've got the
wonderful
bath, yeah.
bathroom as well. Price-wise, I know you've been looking for 5 years. They've changed a lot in 5 years.
I know.
How much do you think this is on the market for?
250.
I'd say about 225.
250. Bang on. See, look, you're better than your sister. She's the one that's doing all the looking.
She's always looking in the papers, that's what it is. She does more looking than I do.
Wow.
Yeah,
£250,000. So this is, do you think that's a reasonable
definitely
amount?
for what it is. It's
what you get.
definitely it's good.
So you can see the potential. It's not an outright no at the moment. It's a ponder on it.
I'll ponder on it.
Okay. Ponder on it until we get to the next one. Okay.
Looks like this is the favourite so far, but there's still one more house to go. Last up, we're at Belinda and Spencer's.
So your first impressions, ladies, what I like about this is that you're in a cul-de-sac. You've literally got this house and the other two, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's nicely set back.
It's an interesting house, this. It's got three bathrooms in there.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
So you'll be spoiled for choice.
Yes,
Let's get
definitely.
inside.
More cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, more cleaning. Come through. Haven't really dwelt much on kitchens, really, but is this the sort of kitchen... Do you like modern kitchens?
I
Definitely.
love modern kitchens. Yeah,
Definitely.
this is really nice, actually.
gorgeous, isn't
yeah,
it?
I do like the kitchen.
Yeah.
Next to the kitchen is the downstairs master bedroom.
So this was originally the garage. So they've converted it into a master suite. So you've got a big ensuite shower room in here. What do you think?
Fabulous.
It looks like a showroom.
It's a showroom
doesn't
room,
it?
yeah.
It's lovely, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's like a show home room, this is, which is really nice.
This is probably the biggest of the bedrooms or the sleeping area. But you don't have to use it as a sleeping area. You know, you could use it as a separate lounge if you've got the 3 bedrooms upstairs. I mean, that's, again, with this property, it's got a layout that can be very adaptable.
Finally, the spare room that's gone from dowdy to dandy.
So you've got pink bedroom next door, blue bedroom in here. Isn't it pretty?
It is pretty. I love the wallpaper. I think that's really nice.
It's very nice.
It's very nice.
The owners will be very pleased because they were the ones that chose that, and I think they've done a cracking job of it. Well, I think we should retire somewhere that sells coffee and sit down and have a recap of the 3 that we've looked at and take it from there.
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
So now for Panna, it's decision time, and I'm guessing it's a 2-horse race.
So it's been a really interesting day. Have you enjoyed it?
We've thoroughly enjoyed it, haven't we? It's been a long day, but it's been really exciting.
Good.
Full of surprises.
Let's talk about the properties. Which was your least favourite?
I think the detached with the garden.
Felt too small for you?
It felt very, small.
So that leaves us with the house with the loft conversion and the modern home with the converted garage. What did you think of the loft conversion?
It was the centrepiece of the house.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was really nice.
It was fabulous. And the modern house with the converted garage, because you both said that you thought it looked like a show home.
I thought it was exactly what I'm looking for. I wouldn't have actually put a bedroom next to a kitchen. 2 bedrooms upstairs was very small.
Was small. So I'm no Sherlock Holmes, but I don't think any of them have worked for you, have they?
No. I've sort of accepted I'm very fussy.
Really? Did you have a favourite out of all of them? Was there one that really stood out?
I think the last one, the modern house.
The modern house with the converted garage, it was beautiful.
It was very nice.
It really was, just not big enough.
Not big enough.
Well, whatever you decide to do, whether you decide to continue the search or stay in your own home, I do wish you the best of luck.
Oh, thank you. It's been great.
Thank you for coming round.
Thank you. So, no sale today, but Spencer and Belinda are still delighted to have come out on top.
Yes! Mando, #1. Quality. Fantastic, yeah. I told you we'd win from the start.
And their hard work has paid off, as since Panna's visit, they've had many more viewings and an offer, though they haven't accepted anything yet.
When selling your house, it's vital to check out what else is on the market so you can stay ahead of the competition.
So I'm giving 3 sellers the chance to do just that by snooping round each other's houses.
The gate doesn't open. In the car. I like this kitchen a lot.
Today, one house is as bland as can be.
What I think you need to do is inject some colour into it.
Another is stuck in the past.
Quite dated. I didn't expect it to look like this from the outside, you know.
And one is only half done.
It's not finished, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not finished, that's it. You've hit the nail on the head.
But they'll all get £1,000 to sort out their problems.
It's basically all hands on deck.
As they compete to win an offer from one buyer.
What are your first impressions?
I think the second one's the best.
Today, I'm in Hucknall on the outskirts of Nottingham, where I'm helping 3 homeowners try and win an offer from my buyers, accountant George and trainee store manager Grace. Having rented for the last 6 months, they've decided to take that plunge and buy their first home together.
First-time buyers embarking on your very first property together. What are you looking for in an ideal world?
We quite like a 3-bed property, quite a lot of space, nice big kitchen.
In an ideal world, would it be modern?
I think
modern we
and
prefer,
then sort of sleek,
yeah.
Now, how long have you been looking for?
Probably just over a month. It's not been that long.
Not too long,
no.
but yeah.
And I know that you've looked at quite a few this weekend, haven't you?
Yeah, we looked at 6 on Saturday,
yeah.
so...
Right.
Seen about 10 in total now. I think we're quite fussy.
When you say we,
fussy.
is that the royal we?
Yeah.
I think so.
Probably, I have quite high expectations.
I think
maybe,
you have the final say.
Yeah. Let's get cracking, shall we?
OK.
So, sounds like Grace is the one to win over. And for that ideal modern 3-bed property in Hucknall, they have a budget of 200 grand.
George and Grace's comfortable budget of £200,000 will give them plenty of options here in Hucknall. I found 3 properties that match their wish list and will give them money left over in their kitty. But to be honest, all 3 of them could do with a new look before I take them to view them, because first impressions are the ones that matter.
My first seller is makeup artist Claire Michalski and her brother John, who's helping her sell up. Claire bought this house to renovate and sell with her ex-boyfriend, but after they split, the house has never been finished.
When I first got the house, it needed a lot of work doing. That's why I wanted it, though. It was a big project. Now it doesn't really look neither here nor there.
No, it's sort of halfway between lived in and not lived in. It's not fully furnished, but it's not furnished either.
No.
Although the house needs work, she definitely knows what style she likes, and brother John's not getting a say.
Style-wise, I prefer things that they've got a story behind them, whereas you like things that are brand new and...
Yeah, I don't mind
very
that too
different.
much. It's, I mean, obviously, I haven't got an awful lot of say-so on it with it being your house, so...
So you're the grafter and I'm the one that tells.
Yeah, cracks the whip.
Watch out, John. Claire's 3-bed, half-renovated home would be perfect for buyers George and Grace. It has ample parking and is close to the town centre and is on the market at £140,000. My next eager seller is hotel assistant manager Dave Bates and his daughter Lauren. Dave has emptied his house ready to sell up and moved to Sunderland with girlfriend Karen, but with not much luck.
We got his house and we moved a lot of the things out, so it became nearly an empty house, which for me is lovely when showing people around because they can see the space. And we seem to have hit a sticking point as to exactly where we go with it. You know, do we bulldoze it, just sell the land, or do we... I'm not sure.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Although the house is empty, Dave and girlfriend Karen have different styles.
We are different.
How would you describe Karen's style?
Kind of more bohemian, I think. She likes kind of dark colours where I like light colours. And I like the kind of brighter colours, I think, I'm more drawn to.
Yeah.
Dave's 3-bed empty semi has country views at the rear and a large kitchen buyer Grace will love. It's the most expensive of the three at £147,000. Finally, my third seller is recruitment consultant Claire Gadsby and her father Peter. Claire's selling her childhood house, where she now lives on her own.
I mean, obviously, the house holds a lot of memories for us, and it's a family house. We're at a stage where it's more viable and more sensible for us to sell it.
The house has been well lived in and well loved, but Claire and Pete are aware that there's work to do to get the house sold.
I like quite clean, straight lines. As much as I am a bit of a hoarder, there's quite a bit of clutter in this place.
I'm not into sort of too brighter colours, you know, but I don't mind breaking the neutral colours up with something a little bit more brighter.
Claire's 3-bedroom dated extended house has a garage and no onward chain. It's on the market at 140 grand. So it's Claire Michalski in her half-renovated house, Dave in his empty modern 3-bed, and Claire Gadsby in her dated 1940s property.
I'm giving the owners the chance to look around each other's properties, and hopefully they will pick up some ideas on how to make changes to their own homes in order to get that sale.
Let the snooping commence, and it's Claire Michalski's half-renovated home first.
Claire has put in a lot of work restoring her potentially lovely 1930s semi, but it appears that she has run out of steam and the job is only half finished. She needs to muster all the energy that she can to turn this house into something that prospective buyers will fall in love with.
First to arrive is Dave and daughter Lauren.
The style's nice. I do like the style. But on a negative thought is that kind of conservatory porch thing. Porch doesn't quite look right, does it?
It needs a bit doing on the outside.
Yeah, it's nice enough.
Yeah.
I would prefer the kitchen we've got to this one. I'd change the colour of the walls and that bubbly effect.
Yeah.
The kitchen is disappointing, whilst the 2 living rooms are just confusing.
So you'd have thought that maybe that living room.
Yeah.
But then this. I'd make that into a dining room.
OK.
To be honest.
And have this as a private living room?
Yeah, yeah.
Upstairs.
It's nice and clean and bright. I think my room is, compared to this, is probably a bit cluttered.
Well spotted, Claire.
Get in the car.
Oh, Dave, this house needs restoring, not destroying. Time to reveal the price of £140,000.
Oh, wow.
I thought it'd be in the same price bracket.
But it is quite bigger. It's quite a lot bigger. Because there isn't any clutter or signs of living in here, you get to see the size maybe a bit more of the rooms and whatnot.
Thoughts? Can I pay by debit card?
Well, Dave seems impressed, and Claire has learnt her house could do with a good declutter. And it's her house we're at next.
Claire obviously has some deep emotional ties to this 3-bed semi. It is her family home after all, but some of the areas are beginning to look a bit tired. And although she's ready to move on, unless she can update them, I'm worried the property will hold her back.
Which way does it go? It's a gate. Claire.
Not a great start if they can't get in.
The gate doesn't open.
Well done, John.
Right, maybe that would be something that I'd look to change.
Maybe we'd fix the gate a little.
Once inside...
It's quite dated, isn't it? I didn't expect it to look like this from the outside, you know.
It's not got a wow factor. That's what I'm feeling as I walk in.
Onto the kitchen, and while Dave is unimpressed, Claire's feeling inspired.
And the big crack here, that leaves... Straight away, my eyes are drawn to that.
Although I wouldn't choose this colour, sort of yellowy colour.
Nice and light again.
It's nice. I mean, compared to mine, it's blue and cold.
Upstairs in the bedroom...
For me, it feels a bit dark, I think.
And a bit plain, just freshen it up,
just
wouldn't it?
declutter shelves, that's what we did at our place.
You took decluttering to a whole new level, Dave.
It's a good space though.
Yeah, it's a nice sized room.
It is a nice sized room.
It's not nice on the eye, is it?
Well, this is nice and bright. Yeah. Compared to other ones.
Straight away, I like that.
Yeah.
With the curtains, that's lovely. Because it's like coordinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who needs Lawrence Llewellyn when you've got Dave? And for £140,000...
As it is, I wouldn't pay 140 for it, I think.
140?
I knew that. I'm like acting shocked because my house needs loads of work.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay that for this, would you?
I don't think I would, no.
So both sellers think it's not worth the money, but I'm glad Claire has realised her kitchen could do with some cheering up. Last to be judged is Dave's.
This is one of those really tricky situations. Dave and his girlfriend Karen have already bought a new property up in Sunderland. She's moved up there to start their new life, and Dave is left with the unenviable task of having to try and sell this property. The trouble is, it's been on the market for over a year, and they've had nearly 50 viewings, so something clearly isn't working.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Very nice. There's nice houses next to it, so...
Yeah, always look at the houses next to it.
Yeah.
Let's just focus on this house.
This is nice. I like it. I really like it.
Flipping heck, yes.
It's a nice space.
Well opened out, isn't it?
Not...
That carpet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just didn't notice that at first. That's not really my cup of tea, but...
Claire and Dad Pete are excited in the kitchen.
Yeah, I like this kitchen a lot.
Yes, that's nice.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
If I had the time and money to do this to our kitchen, I would do something quite similar. Yeah.
Luckily, you'll have time and money, Claire.
It's finished off. The kitchen's finished off for starters, and...
Yeah. It looks a lot newer than what's in your place.
Upstairs in the master bedroom.
Wow, look at that view. It's nice.
Oh, gorgeous.
I can imagine a bed being in here. I know sometimes it's hard for people to imagine, especially if they've got furniture, and where they put things if there's nothing to like work with.
Maybe you can, but...
I'm just trying to picture now how if you had a bed in here,
you couldn't have
it would be a double.
Anything more than a double.
No.
Yeah, maybe some furniture is a good idea. And next door is another letdown.
But I do think that them putting a double bed in there would save a lot of disappointment when you walked in here.
Yeah.
Because we was expecting a lot more.
Yeah, we was. Yeah, I thought this would be the master bedroom at the front.
This house is the most expensive at £147,000.
Purely because of the size, I think it might be slightly overpriced.
Yeah.
If they dropped it to 140, it'd go like that.
I can see why it's a bit more than mine. Could come in and live in it comfortably, whereas in my house you'd have to put carpet down and things.
Yes, there is that small detail. Whilst one Claire thinks it's overpriced, at least both have realised their kitchens need work. I'm in Hucknall, just outside Nottingham, where my buyers Grace and George are looking to get out of rented accommodation and buy their first home together. And it's pretty clear who I've got to please.
One of us is very picky, and I'm laid back, to be honest, as long as it's got a roof. You're quite...
I have to like it, yes.
I've lined up 3 homes for Grace and George to view. Each homeowner has had the chance to snoop round each other's houses and see how they can improve their own to get ahead of the competition.
I think with ours, it's 90% empty. I guess we could try and create a bit of a wow factor for each room, I would think.
We need to rethink the price of our property and lower that slightly.
If we improve it, it's going to be too high.
I don't know.
I suppose it could be competition, but then there's enough people to go around.
Yeah.
Don't be too complacent, Claire. Your house hasn't sold yet. But at least she has an idea that her kitchen needs work after checking out the competition.
What do you think this kitchen says to anybody walking in?
It needs doing up.
Yeah, it's not finished, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, not finished, that's it. You've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
All the people that are buying this as a first-time purchase and don't have the money to do it up, try and think of them. Try and think of the people that would literally have to move in here and start living.
Yeah.
I would be tempted to do wooden worktops, like an olive green or a really warm green on the walls.
Just to warm it all up.
Yeah, and then some lovely, you know, those wonderful metro tiles that you can get that are very modern and very contemporary. Put those up instead of the ones that you've got.
We'll have a good go.
I think if someone says the word challenge to me, I go for it.
Well, here comes challenge number 2. On to the 2 downstairs living rooms.
That's your living room, all sorted, lovely, lots of cushions, etc, etc. Make this the dining room.
Yeah.
All of this furniture has to go.
Yeah.
And then what you need is a dining table.
Our father owns a furniture shop, so I think we'll be pulling in a few things.
Yeah, exactly. Your dad owns a furniture shop. Dad, can I borrow a dining room table
So we'll
and
probably
chairs?
do that for a little bit.
Yeah, something like that would be perfect in here. So take that wallpaper that you've got there, and I would do the whole of the downstairs in those kind of earthy, subtle tones. This wall is maybe think about a couple of interesting little quirky features I've seen recently. You can get, if you think about the old drawers that you get in chests of drawers and things, you can line them and actually stick them on the wall.
Yeah, I've seen that. It looks really good.
It does, and it looks brilliant. And if you maybe had sort of 3 of them, sort of quite an original...
People put like candles and stuff in them, don't they?
Yeah,
it looks
candles,
really pretty.
books. But I think you'll transform it. I think it will look fantastic.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, first stop, your dad's shop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before I go, I've got a few ideas to inspire Claire and John.
I think one of the good things to do if you have a period house is use the colours of that period to decorate your property with. And one of the things that you found in the sort of Edwardian Art Deco period was that it was the start of the modern paint technology. So they went a bit crazy and they went for kind of turquoises and lots of deep greens. And then in the other end of the palette, they went for sort of tinted neutrals and sort of soft pastels. Yeah. Doing something like this is always a good idea. For example, I mean, I think this one's lovely. And then actually, I really like this colour as well. And then put that on the wall.
Yeah, that would look nice.
Can you see?
See what it's going to be.
Yeah, and then play around with it. So, you know, if you didn't like that one, think, oh, I know, let's try that. I mean, are any of these colours sort of leaping out at you?
Pretty much the ones you chose, I think.
Yeah, I know my onions.
This is such a great house with such enormous potential, but at the moment it just feels really unloved and neglected. The good thing, however, is that Claire and John are really on board. They seem to be up for the challenge. It is going to be a big challenge, but I think the transformation will be incredible.
I think I'm keen on everything. Maybe I'm a bit too excited. I want to do all the ideas, but so I've probably got to hold back a bit.
That's what I like to hear. First up, John removes the furniture from their soon-to-be dining room and starts painting the interior doors. A smart move to really brighten the space.
We've got to prime them first, and then we're going to paint them white, just because the wood doesn't really match anything in here, so...
And next door, Claire's dad is removing the tiles in the tired kitchen.
So we're removing the old tiles in preparation for the new ones arriving. And as soon as they're all finished and off, we're going to start retiling.
Next, I'm off to Dave's bland house, and I'm really hoping he's learnt about the use of colour.
First of all, let's talk about what you learnt from looking at the other houses.
Quite interesting to look at someone else's house, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we discovered, like, feature walls, for example, didn't we?
Yeah.
In one of the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Spot on, Dave.
We were told time and time again by estate agents to keep it neutral, take your personal emotions out of it. So people can come in, it's a blank canvas.
I would be very tempted to turn this into my master bedroom. Okay. Because that one overlooks the road, this one overlooks fields. What you have out there is nature's canvas. You need to take all of those colours and complement it within the room. This is just to show you the sort of ideas that you can go for. It doesn't need to be crazy, you don't need to go over the top, but what I think you need to do is inject some colour into it. Up for that? Anything leaping out at you? Any colours that you think, ooh, I like that colour?
Yeah,
you
me
like
too.
that
I
colour?
like that.
Yeah. And keep this colour in mind, because we're going to go next door now, and that's the colour that I think would work really well next door.
With colour in mind, we head to the next bland room.
Colour scheme in here, I would go for this sort of blue. Would look lovely in here. It would give it a really fresh, bright feel. How good are your painting skills?
Excellent.
I'd say good.
Yeah?
Been painting for 30 years.
Oh, well, that's perfect, man and boy.
Since we're 3.
You walk into this room, and it's, because you've got a single bed in it, instantly you think it's a single room.
Yep.
Yeah. It would be really good to get another double bed in here.
I would have thought you put a double bed in, there's less room for people to walk in, isn't there? It looks it won't look crowded.
We see at the moment what it looks like. I think what you need to do is you need to get a small double. And then we're going to take this bed and we're going to move it next door into the smallest room.
And next door, it's also time to banish the beige.
This, again, is obviously the box room. This is the smallest room in the house. Get rid of these shelves. It makes it feel much smaller than it is.
Yeah.
But you could go for a wallpaper in here. How are your papering skills?
Excellent.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is he just saying that or not?
No, they are good.
Mine aren't. Keep it light, keep it simple.
Yeah.
Put a bed here, maybe a little bedside table there. Sorted.
Yeah, got you.
You will be overlooking the sea before you know it.
Right.
Do you know, I really feel for Dave. It isn't easy being the one left behind trying to sell a house. And I also think I've confused him a little bit with all of my suggestions, but hopefully Lauren is on board and she will be able to steer him in the right direction.
I'm unsure about, colouring the rooms as such. So maybe we won't take the whole thing on board, but we'll take parts of it, I think.
Oh, Dave, that's not what I wanted to hear.
I think we'll definitely be able to achieve what's needed.
Yes. But initially, it's just down to me and Lauren.
Yeah.
When I go for a cup of tea, it's just Lauren.
Good luck, Lauren. But at least they seem to be looking for colour when they head to the shops.
So today we're going to look for some quite subtle colours, maybe like pastel greens and that sort of thing, because I think it were a really good idea that Amanda had.
Why, thank you, Lauren.
Lauren, come here. I've got a right idea. Amanda said to bring the outside in.
Yeah.
A big roll of this in front of it is like a rug.
Yeah, I didn't mean literally, Dave.
We need to stop messing about and get down to business. Amanda's not going to be happy with you.
Oh.
Keep him focused, Lauren.
What do you think to that?
I like that. I do like that.
Because it's got the colours that we're after.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go for it now.
Yeah. I like that green.
Let's get
Go for that one.
Yep, happy with those. Good work, guys. Finally, I'm heading to Claire Gadsby's to chat about decluttering and an update, if I can get in.
So, let's have a little chat, first of all, about how I got in. It was a bit like the Krypton factor trying to get in your front gate. Does anyone ever use that front gate?
No, those in the know go around and use the driveway.
Yeah, clearly I was not in the know because it took me quite a while and the fence wobbled an awful lot.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think one of the things to tackle is the entrance. You looked at your competitors' houses. What did you learn, if anything?
One of the things that we discussed was, whereas the other two were houses, this is a home.
Yeah.
A home it may be, Pete, but I think I need to put them straight.
Let me talk about this room, because this is where I think the bulk of your £1,000 needs to go. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's the dartboard. I've never seen a dartboard in the kitchen before, complete with all the holes underneath.
Please put my picture up there.
I love the fact that that's the history of a house. It's the same when you get, the kids' heights on door frames and things.
Yeah.
For a prospective buyer coming in, seeing a whole riddled wall.
Think about that.
First thing I saw when I came in.
Yeah.
It needs stripping out. My tip would be whitewash the lot. This yellow is quite a dated colour. Yellow's a lovely, sunny, happy colour, but if you do too much of it, it tends to be a bit overpowering and a bit sickly. The mismatch of flooring as well.
Yes, I was just going to ask you about that.
All of it up.
Yes.
Laminate.
Okay,
Yeah.
all the way through?
All the way through.
Yes.
Keep it uniform. The big thing is decluttering. There's a lot of stuff in this room. And by stripping it out and redoing the floor and painting it white, you'll be amazed at the difference.
That's the biggest room tackled, but I'm not quite finished.
So your bedroom. What do you think I'm going to say about it?
It needs to be decluttered, but it probably needs to look a bit lighter.
Gosh, you're like a mind reader. The thing is, it's a really good size. It just feels a bit dark. These pine units can be painted to look incredible. Just that dull, chalky, matte-coloured paint will work a treat on those. I would be tempted to paint it a sort of lovely light, a green or a blue, but it wouldn't take much to completely transform this room. It really wouldn't. She needs to package up all the knickknacks and get rid of the clutter, which will enable any potential buyer to see this house for what it is. And it really is a great family home.
I always knew that decluttering my bedroom was going to be something that I needed to do to sell it. I'm more than happy to put a bit of grey on the walls. I am taking creative control.
I shall be dog's body, taxi driver.
And with that said, the dog's body gets on with decluttering.
Get the plants out of the way first. I found the key for the French doors.
That's what happens when you tidy up. Able to see more of the space, they head to the shops for paint.
We're hoping to get a lot of the paint sorted out today, so here we are. We're really concerned about the amount we've got to do in the time frames. Get all the samples.
Sampler pots.
Yeah.
Oh, right. You've got a paradise just there if you want to. Yeah.
I quite like that, actually.
Yeah, the water looks a bit green, doesn't it?
So we're probably going to go home with the water and the paradise for samples, chuck them on the wall, see what they're like in the morning, and then come back and get the deciding colour.
They're heavy, you know.
I can carry stuff. I do 10K weights at, what do you call it, the gym.
You tell him, Claire. 3 homeowners in Nottingham have snooped round each other's houses to check out the competition. Armed with knowledge and inspiration, they've begun to improve their homes in the hopes that first-time buyers Grace and George will make them an offer. At Claire's half-renovated house, the tired kitchen is getting a new lease of life after she spent £275 on new tiles.
I really, really do like the tiles. They were my first option, so it's all worked out well.
Dad Martin and Simon are fitting them for free.
We've been roped in. We're working on a time limit. It's basically all hands on deck.
That's what dads are for. Claire turns her attention to transforming the second sitting room into a dining room.
Ooh. I think I put a bit too much paint on there.
You're not having the roller on, that's why.
Why? How'd you roll a roller?
All right, stuff.
Thankfully, friend Simon is on hand to show her how it's done.
Even spin coat off. Oh, who was that?
Oh, just show me one more time, Si. I've not quite got it.
Like you're thinking, Claire. At Dave's, there's more green going on to bring the outside into the master bedroom.
So the idea of the mints and that and the raspberries and that is to bring the outside in. It's a good idea, I think. Gosh, she's good, that Amanda.
Yes, I am.
Do you know I don't like it?
Oh.
Kidding.
Got me there, Dave. But girlfriend Karen's home to cast her eye.
Fine. What's your first thoughts when you see that?
First thoughts are, I'll be honest, I would never have chosen it.
Oops. At Claire Gadsby's dated house, Claire's bought white paint to cover the old yellow walls in the kitchen diner, and Dad Pete has the arduous task of doing all the work. Claire arrives to inspect.
Oh my God, it looks huge. Looks amazing.
And upstairs, it's time for the peach walls in her bedroom to go.
After much deliberation today, I have decided to brave it and go for the colour that I was most worried about.
Go on, Claire, be brave.
OK, here we go. Or maybe not. It doesn't fit.
You can't get out of painting that easily, Claire.
Right, hold on, I've got another one. Hold on 1 second.
Still not quite right.
Colour-wise, it's looking all right. The paint's actually going on OK. I'm quite happy with the colour now, would you believe?
Phew. And the painting continues over at the other Claire's house, where she's getting lessons in upcycling her interior doors.
Just get some paint on your book and then you just do that.
OK.
I'm just finish just the little stripy bit.
Little Ellie's helping, so we should get it all done today. Won't we, Ellie? We'll get it all done.
Yeah, we'll get it all done.
Yes. Are you ready?
We all need an Ellie at our home. Although upcycling internal doors is a great idea, after you've bought sandpaper, wood primer and gloss, it could cost up to £60. However, you can buy an internal door for as little as £30 from your local DIY store. The next day, there's bad news for Claire.
Had a bit of a disaster with them. Basically, we put the base coat on to get them ready for the gloss, and when we put the gloss on them, it just didn't go on at all well. What we've had to do is source some new ones within budget. They had to be quite cheap, but still look nice, and go grab them this morning, so it's really taken some time off of us.
Over at Dave's, the mission to bring a bit of colour to the bland interior has now moved on to wallpapering the box room.
I've watched a few people do it, so really I should know how to do it, but I don't really know how to do it, so I'm just going to try.
Luckily, Dave's on hand to help.
You see this here?
Line it up.
Yeah, that's it, you got it. Into that corner, that's the first thing you do. Slap it on with your hand. Slap.
What?
Slap, like that. Slap it.
Why slap it?
Because it sounds good.
I think she'll slap you soon, Dave. In the second bedroom, girlfriend Karen is adding a cool blue to those boring walls.
How nice is that blue?
That's lovely, that.
And Dave gets back to finishing the wallpaper in the master bedroom.
This paper is lovely. I had a feeling it would be, you know, just looking at it on the roll.
First bit up, Dave has a well-deserved cuppa.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I like that. It looks nice. I don't think Mal.
No time for sleeping on the job. Now the wallpaper's up, Karen's still not happy.
I feel like I've walked into an old lady's bedroom. That's what I feel like.
You are an older lady.
Careful, Dave. At Claire Gadsby's, the old dated kitchen diner is nearly looking new as Claire starts to rip up the mismatched flooring.
Amazing. These look amazing under here. It's a shame we couldn't use it all the way through, but there's concrete over in the kitchen from the extension, so it's unlikely.
With the old flooring up, Claire has spent just under £265 on oak laminate. She's paid floor fitter Aston £250 to fit it.
Depending on the size of the room, it shouldn't take no longer than a day.
I think the flooring looks really good against the white paint. It's definitely going to open up the room more than the green on the floor, so I think it's been a good choice.
Upstairs, the bedroom has been decluttered, but she still needs to bring it into the 21st century and upcycle her pine wardrobes.
I'm so scared right now. I've never painted furniture in my life. I can't wait to see what this looks like after we've painted it all.
Nearly done. Claire's happy with the look of the wardrobes, but not so sure anymore about the blue.
I don't like it.
Oh dear. At Claire's half-finished home, she's nearly done. All that's left is my suggestions of drawer unit shelving in the new dining room.
Really excited about how it's going to all look in the end. I think they'll look really, really pretty.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever put drawers on the wall.
Lastly, she put some wallpaper in the back of the drawers.
So that's all done now. I'm really happy with it.
Claire's house was a confused space with 2 sitting rooms, but she's worked hard to transform one into a boutique-style dining room.
It looks great. It really does.
Yeah.
Didn't go down the feature wallpaper route.
No.
Pourquoi, as they say over the channel.
I didn't know how to wallpaper. I was stressed enough putting wallpaper in them drawers, never mind a whole wall. And I've watched my dad wallpaper before. It's not a pretty sight.
You know what? Just by painting it a different colour has made it stand out.
The kitchen was tired and dated, but by simply changing the tiles and adding a fresh coat of paint, it looks spanking new. But I have to say, it's a shame the floor hasn't been touched.
These tiles have made such a difference.
I know, a massive difference.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I really, really like them. And in fact, my sister's going to actually have these tiles in her kitchen.
And change the colour on the walls. The things that haven't changed, worktop and flooring, for what reason? Was that a cost thing? Was that a time thing?
It was both time and budget, yeah.
What it has done, however, because you've chosen the tiles, the colour that you've chosen them, it actually blends really well with the worktop now, and doesn't make it look as sort of tired and dated as it did before.
Yeah.
Can you see the difference?
Yeah, I can see a massive difference. I mean, if I was to stay out, I'd do so much more, and I'd do everything that you advised, but, you know, with limited time and budget, I think it's made a huge difference.
I think it looks great.
Back at Dave's bland home, he's bought a bed from a local charity shop for the new master bedroom. And it seems Karen's slowly coming round to the new country feel.
I think once we finally get it together, I think once the bed's dressed, the curtains are up, I think it will all complement each other and it will come together, even though it's not my personal taste.
A week ago, Dave's master bedroom was bland, boring and lacked a homely touch. By spending £260 on decoration and adding that country feel from the outside to in, it's got colour and warmth in abundance.
It's a completely different room. You have done wonders. Do you like it?
Yeah,
I like
we do
it.
like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot,
definitely.
yeah.
Yep.
Because you look out there now at that beautiful view, and then you look here and it's like, it's a proper bedroom.
The second bedroom was as bland as the master, but with just £215 spent adding an injection of colour, it's now much more appealing.
Lovely. Having that double bed in here now, like we were all saying last week, you walk in and you go, oh, it's a double bedroom, as opposed to, oh, it's a single bedroom.
Yeah.
And how come you didn't go all the way around the room with that? Because I think that's such a lovely colour. Did you just run out of time? Inclination?
Well, we sort of left this room to Karen.
Ah, blaming Karen as she's not here. The box room was boring and cold, but for £19 per roll, the bold wallpaper has given it some real character.
Your one next door, I love it.
I'm quite pleased with it. It was a small enough wall to do for my first time.
But bold and bright and does what it says on the tin. I think you've done wonders, I really do. And I think like this, it will fly, it really will.
At Claire's dated house, the outside fence is finally having an overhaul. Inside, Claire and Pete are putting the finishing touches to the kitchen.
It's been really stressful.
It's been a lot of hard graft, a lot of stress.
I suppose one thing that's come out of this is the fact that my painting skills have definitely improved. I can paint a wall rather than myself now.
Her kitchen diner was a bit tired with a sickly yellow colour on the walls. With a whitewash and new laminate flooring, she spent £635 creating a fabulous family hub for this house.
Massive transformation, isn't it?
Yeah.
And just the little spaces like that, like the little seating area there, it's defined the zones now. And the flooring is a triumph. Well, you've done a brilliant job, so well done, the pair of you. Yeah, major pats on the backs. Now you know.
Thank you.
Claire's bedroom was full to the brim with clutter, but cleared out and painted a deep blue. With the wardrobes upcycled, you'd hardly recognise the place.
It's a different bedroom.
I know.
It's not a student bedroom anymore. I know. It's all grown up. I know we had a major wobble with the paint colour, didn't we?
I thought this one was quite light and less in your face. And the more paint I put on, the more I realised that wasn't the case.
The more in your face it was.
Yeah, exactly, and on me. But yeah, then I tried to picture it with how I was going to paint the wardrobes and whatnot, and persevered. I'm glad I did.
It is a bright colour, but that's what this room needed, because before it was very dark and you had the kind of burgundies and the sort of black bedspread. It made it feel so much smaller than it actually is.
We got there in the end.
It certainly did, yes.
I bet you could do with sleep.
I suffered white out with painting all the downstairs.
I'm in Nottingham, where my buyers Grace and George are looking for their first home together. They're after a 3-bedroom modern house and have a budget of £200,000. All 3 sellers have worked tirelessly to improve their homes in the hope of gaining that offer. Claire and her brother John have made the house feel fully finished.
I think we got to the end result that we wanted, near enough. A few bumps, but who doesn't have a few bumps along the way?
Yeah, exactly.
Dave, with the help of daughter Lauren and girlfriend Karen, has injected colour and life to the bedrooms.
I think considering the time and the money, we've done really, really well.
And Claire and her dad Pete have updated her childhood home.
It's been a waking nightmare at times, but it's definitely been worth it.
With all the houses dressed to impress, it's time for Grace and George to cast their vote. First, I'm starting at Dave's house.
So this is the first property that you're going to be seeing. It's got the 3 beds you've asked for and the big swish kitchen. What are your first impressions?
Yes, quite nice.
It's got a nice driveway, enough for 2 cars.
Well, let's get inside and see whether it matches the requirements. You lead the way, guys.
Inside, the modern kitchen leads onto a large sitting room.
Size-wise, good, bad, what you
That's
wanted?
a good size, yeah.
It's nice,
It is a good size.
Could you start planning where you'd put everything?
I think so. It's kind of hard when there's not stuff in there. Definitely more than enough room.
Upstairs is the newly decorated country retreat master bedroom.
So what you have with this house is 2 good double-sized bedrooms and then 1 which I've designated as your office.
A study.
But look at the views. That's the thing, you guys.
Nice.
That's nice, yeah.
Style-wise, would you change much? Is there anything
Do you know?
I was going to say, I'm not a fan of the green.
I like the
But that's
wallpaper.
that's all right. Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep looking round and we'll see what you think when you get to the rest of it. Across the hall is the now revamped second bedroom. Size-wise here?
Yeah,
Again, a good size, yeah.
Bigger than others we've seen.
What do you think this one is on the market at?
135.
Okay. George?
Maybe 140, 145.
147. So George is closer. And how does it compare to the 10 that you've seen?
I think we've seen nicer ones for not much more.
Yeah.
All right. So it's not completely floating the boat, but we're not completely dismissed.
Yeah.
2 more to go. Would you care to lead the way? Workable won't do it for me. Next, I'm on to Claire Michalski's newly revamped house. So this is the grown-up house. I think this has got bags of charm and character, but it does need a bit of work.
Okay.
Your first initial impressions?
The area's nice, neighbourhood's nice. Not keen on the porch.
No.
You change the porch and I think it's a very nice house.
Yeah. First stop inside the newly updated kitchen. So here's your kitchen.
It's nice, yeah.
Size-wise?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's good size.
Yeah. But I mean, Grace, I think you're the tougher nut to crack. What are you thinking about this general vibe so far?
Yeah, no, it's nice. There's plenty of space. The area's nice.
This is sounding good. On to the dining room. So here you have what they use at the moment as a dining room.
There's loads of room here, isn't there? There's more than enough room.
So on the feel-good barometer, is this house going up the barometer or down the barometer?
No, it's definitely going up.
Okay,
really like
good.
what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's nice.
Leading from the dining room is the family-sized sitting room. Let's come on in and see what you think. What do you reckon?
Yes, really
I
nice.
like it, yeah.
How much do you think this one is on the market for?
135.
Okay.
I'll say 1.3.
Okay.
Just because of the work that needs to
You're
be.
both a tad under, it's 140. Okay. But even at 140, let's say they stuck for the asking price at 140, you've got £60,000 left in your budget.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's continue, because we've still got one more to look at. It's clear this house is the favourite so far, but I've still got Claire Gadsby's updated house to show them before they make a decision. So last, but by no means least, this is the property you're going to be seeing. What are your first impressions?
Yeah, it's nice, yeah.
Nice area, yeah.
I think I like this one the best so far.
Ah, you do?
I
OK.
think the second one's the best.
Ah, interesting.
Apart from the little hit
Apart
porch
from
bit on
the
the
porch.
front.
Took
Yeah.
the porch down, yours is the second, yours is this one. This could be fun. As Grace is the decision maker, I'm really hoping she'll stay with that thought on the inside. The ground floor has a reception room leading to the newly spruced kitchen diner. So kitchen, diner, chill-out room. I don't know what you'd use this space for.
It's big, isn't it?
I don't know, but yeah, it's a lot of room, so...
What do you think?
It's nice, actually, yeah.
And you've obviously got, over there, you've got a breakfast bar area as well, because I know, I guess, are you at that point of entertaining and dinner parties and all that sort of grown-up stuff yet, or is it still party?
No, I think we'd like to.
We'd like to, yeah.
Okay, well, there's your perfect
There you go.
excuse. There's
That's
your
it.
dining table, and that's your breakfast bar for when it's just the two of you. Well, should we have a little look upstairs as well and see what you think about the upstairs?
Yeah.
Upstairs, along with 2 other bedrooms, is Claire's smartened and decluttered room. So again, you've got your required 3 bedrooms. The office is in the front. There's the biggest bedroom at the front, and this, I guess, would be guest bedroom or even possibly your bedroom because it's at the back of the house, so it's nice and quiet.
so it'd be out of the way.
Quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, what do you think?
It's nice.
It's nice.
I like it, yeah.
So do you think, having seen these 3, you're coming round to the older style of property or not?
I'd say so. I think we've definitely got a more open mind now, don't we?
I think so. We just need to decide how much work we're prepared to do.
How much is a
something
good
like
level of work?
this or the second property we saw, it's quite a big difference.
Yeah. Price-wise with this one, would you hazard a guess?
I'd say 140 based on the other one.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe a bit more. Maybe 145.
140. Bingo.
140.
Shame you can't
There
get it
you
because
go.
you've guessed the price. But you can't. But 140. But again, think about it. 60 grand. 60 grand, you could put a brand new kitchen in, you could redo the bathroom, you could strip it all out. Even if you spent 30 grand on this house, which would turn it into a palace, you'd still have change. Shall we adjourn and have a little think about it? OK, go on. I think we can safely rule out Dave's new build. But with George liking Claire Michalski's renovated house and Grace liking Claire Gadsby's updated semi, who will win?
So, guys, a really interesting day. 3 quite similar properties.
Well, you've definitely given us more to think about on being a bit more open-minded.
So that leaves us with the 1930s semi that you liked, George, and the house with the open-plan kitchen that you liked, Grace. What are you going to do about those two?
I think the 1930s one, I think for me, it's too much work.
So that just leaves the one with the open-plan kitchen. Will you go back and have another look at it?
It's definitely worth consideration.
Yeah, I think it's on our list of potential ones, isn't it? To go back and view.
Interesting times. Get those feet on that rung quickly. And good luck with it, because I'm sure you'll have a whole career ahead of you of buying and selling properties, but this is the very first step, isn't it? So good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
George and Grace decided not to go back for another visit, but Claire's pleased her hard work had been worth it.
Been all worth it then?
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, I'm going to treat myself to a beer.
Sadly, the others were not best pleased.
There'll be another person. I want the right person to have the house.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the house and I want someone else to want it as much as I wanted it when I saw it.
I feel quite disappointed that they're not coming back for a second viewing. They put quite a lot into it, I'll be honest.
Dave's glumness doesn't last long, as a few days later, there's good news.
We've had an offer on the property for $145,000, which are accepted, Bedley, and we're onward and upward to Sunderland.